everyone. My name is Michelle and I am going to be making a junk journal with the Decoupage Queen Sunflower Ephemera Journal Kit. So I'm just going to go through the pages of the journal. This is actually the second journal that I have made using this kit. Well, I prefer things to be a little bit more grungy than the way this journal comes. It's very clean and crisp, and there's even a bit of a coating to the paper that you might be able to see in these pictures. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this entire journal kit and we're going to dunk it in tea and tea diet. So I'm going to do a little bit of experimenting in this video, and I hope you come along. Here goes nothing. I submerge every page in the kit. I was planning on leaving some of them out, but I couldn't help myself. I ended up putting them all in the tea bath. So these stay in here for about 30 minutes. I let them set in there for quite a while. And in between some of these pages, you'll see, like right here, I'm taking some instant coffee and I'm shaking that onto the pages because I like those darker spots that it gives. I just think it's a cool look. Now on these pages, I ended up messing with the liquid a little bit too much, so it rinsed away a lot of the dark spots, but it is a really cool thing to do to just give your papers some interest and some depth. So these sit in here for 30 minutes, and I don't videotape it, but when I take them out of the bath, I put them on cooling racks like what you use for cookies, and I put them in the oven. And then I set a timer. I put the oven on warm, which is 225 degrees for my oven. And then I set a timer for 15 minutes, and I just continue to rotate the paper. And I should note that I do have an electric oven. And then the tea and the coffee is very acidic, so I use baking soda to neutralize the acid because we want our paper to remain acid-free. So you can buy pH strips. I've never done it, but I've heard that you can buy them. I just put some baking soda in there. And here we go. This is where the fun starts. While I'm waiting for the journal kit to dry, I decided I would go ahead and play with the Pentart Media Sprays. And I played with the bronze, the gold, the vanilla, and the olive green. And this is just a plain brown paper lunch sack that I put in the tea, and it's still wet, and I'm just spraying it with some of the media spray, and then I do place it in the oven. Same thing with this scrap paper scrap. I'm spraying it with the olive green, and really what I'm doing is I'm just trying to figure out like how fast I push the pump or how slow I push it, how it drips, and what it's going to look like. So I do that with several pieces here, and then I'm just wanting you to see here how I had already shaken this up, but you can see on the bottom there that there's like some pigment. Before you shake it at all, it settles there. So definitely be sure you shake up your Pentart Media sprays so that all of the pigment and everything is good and throughout the liquid. I'm just doing a bunch of different types of paper. You can see that I have the Decoupage Queen Bee scrapbook set, a little piece of that in there, the 6-inch mini. I have some of that in there, and I'm spraying it as well. And here I'm seeing if I can drip it, by taking the lid off. I wasn't able to get that to work, and filming with one hand made it even harder. And then here, I'm even trying to, I just take it and I spray it directly into the tea. I was thinking that I might be able to get like a swirly paint dipped type of effect on the paper. Here, I'll show you. I do a couple of different pieces like this. I don't really see that it does anything. I couldn't even see a lot of shimmer in the pieces that I did it with. So I go ahead and I dip that paper in, and that is another of the Queen Bee mini scrapbook set. And it didn't get too shimmery, or it didn't really do anything, so I thought, well, let me try another kind of paper, and I just used a piece of previously dyed and dried paper. This paper had been tea dyed and it was still wet, so that's why it's stuck on the side of my tub, and I just sprayed some of the media spray on it for that effect. And then in the next clip, I took a whole bunch of paper and left it every which way on the rack, because I wanted the sharp edges of the spray on these book pages where they overlap. I thought that might be an interesting look for the journal. And here in the next clip, this is where I'm trying to make sure I remember what I did with each piece, but I left it in. Wet with tea and then sprayed with media spray. Like wet with tea as in soaking. This was just dipped in tea and then sprayed. This was completely dry and dipped in the media spray. This is the bag from the oven. This was dipped in the media spray after being tea dyed, still wet. And I honestly can't tell right now whether or not there's some shimmer. Here's the green one after being tea dyed and sprayed. Tea dyed and then sprayed. This one is my favorite, and I don't even know how I did that. Hopefully I caught it on video. Now I'm just going to speed through the assembly of the journal. Not the full assembly. It'll be something that I add to for, days, weeks, however long, until I feel like it's completely stuffed full. There's a lot of ephemera in this kit. And then at the end of the sped up version, I will do a flip through of the journal in real time so that you can get a better look of everything. Okay, so this is a book that I just took the insides out of. I'll probably do some more here. I like the blue, but I'm not real happy with this. So this will get some more work done on it. This is a tea dyed envelope. This is ephemera that comes in the kit. Here are some tags that come in the kit. And this one, I just put a piece of cardstock on the back in a complementary color. This one is a piece of ephemera that comes in the kit, and I just put the tag on it. I may or may not put ribbon in the top of these, I'm not sure. I cut off the top of that envelope to make a pocket. And then this is the Queen Bee mini scrapbook set that I just kind of scalloped the top. I didn't do anything else to it. Every now and then I think I catch a glimpse of a little bit of shimmer from from my experiment, but I think I learned that the best thing to do is just to spray the media spray directly on there. I used this Decoupage Queen Decoupage paper called Wallpaper Damask for the inside. I did use some green chalk paint because you could see the white in certain areas, and I didn't want to, mess with cutting the decoupage paper, so I just painted it green. This is a belly band that you can put several pieces of ephemera in, and also a pocket. So this butterfly paper here, this is part of the ephemera from the kit. So is this belly band. So is this little wood piece right here. This is the scrapbook paper scrap that I had left over from something else. This check is. This is cheesecloth. So I just added some tea-dyed paper that I had. This is parchment paper, when you bake cookies. Just some scrapbook paper that I had. I had to trim down the kit for it to fit in this book, but this page, I really didn't want to get rid of this butterfly and this sunflower. So I just made a fold here so that the bird showed. And then this right here is part of this piece of this from the 6-inch mini that I had to cut down to fit in here. It just coincidentally had this really pretty trim that I put on there. This is a piece of vellum, which you saw in the sped up version. The 4-packs, they are really good for your journals. Anytime that Decoupage Queen releases a 4-pack, it is just perfect to go ahead and cut in half. Don't cut it in fourths. And it's like a ready-made journal spread. And you can fold it either way. I did it this way. And then in the center here we have my favorite piece, which was made just by spraying, by the way. You can go ahead and glue down these two sides and make a pocket here on either side. It depends on how much you like the back side of this. This music paper, this is some vintage music paper. It's actually been avocado dyed, but it didn't show up on this paper for some reason. I'm not sure why. And avocado dye, when you do it, it turns your paper pink. This is from the kit. This is one of the tags from the kit. This one has not been reinforced like the other ones. I do like the kind of grid pattern that the drying rack leaves on it. This is some reinforced holes that I just stain to use in my journals. This is that parchment paper again, and I used my Snip Art. These Snip Art stencils are just the perfect size for journals, and I just keep them all really handy for me to use throughout the journal. And this is one that I'll use throughout this journal. Let's see. Yeah, I used it on the back of there too. And I will use it anytime I go through, probably on these pieces of notebook paper, I'll use it. Yeah, there's more of that grid. This is that scrapbook paper that we did green, and you can see the green even came through. This paper has been dyed with paint. This little envelope is in the kit. There's 2 of them in the kit. This is from the kit. And I just used, this is from the kit too. I just used some lace that I had to embellish that envelope. And as you can see, I have a lot left to do. This is the other half of the 4-pack. This is just a piece of paper that I stuck in there. This is from the kit. Again, I did it with some cardstock on the back. This is our little paper bag. The bronze on this paper bag. I hope you can see how it really is cool looking. I really like it. Parchment paper. This is the one that we sprayed and let drip. So I have a lot more to do. That is a book page, but that's not the book page that we sprayed to get the sharp edges on. And there we have it. I've got a lot left to do. And I have a bunch of ephemera left to use. Here are the book pages that we sprayed to get some of those sharp edges on. Just a little bit of interest. I cut some words out of that paper, obviously. This is just the cardstock I was using. More of the ephemera, the belly bands. This is just more stuff that you can use to reinforce. Cereal box. I was going to use that as the cover and then ended up not really liking that. Now I've saved a lot of the pieces that I've used, like the plaid here, different things that I've used that I will be able to continue to use to fill in. This I've cut out. This is actually a wrapper for some stickers that I bought that I kept, but I don't know, this cardboard didn't take the media spray great, so I don't know that I'll use that. That might be trash. The ephemera that I've cut out. Part of that paper bag, which, you know, for some interest to put behind something, you know, could be fun. More of that paper bag and the trim that I've cut off. There's, you know, some good stuff there that could be used to fill in different places. This is just an envelope that this might be a better example of what happens with the instant coffee. So as you can see, I have quite a bit more ephemera left to use. I need to make pockets and all the things. My journals are almost always a work in progress. There's the other envelope and more scraps. And then as you can see underneath here, This is the, maybe it'd be easier to do it this way. This is the 12-inch sunflower scrapbook set. So there's a 12-inch and then there's a 6-inch mini as well from Decoupage Queen. And this, again, these 4-packs, this could have been a spread. You know, you could cut it either, well, for this one, because there's writing, it would, since it's directional, you would want to cut it this way, but they're folded in half and there you have a spread. But it complements the journal kit perfectly. As you can see, lots of stuff that you could do with this. You don't have to keep the pages whole. You could cut out the elements, more tags. So lots and lots more possibilities. Lots of little elements here that could be cut out. So lots of fun. I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and I hope that you will give it a try. It's so much fun.